Can you guys imagine, like, twerking to this song? Just slow-mo, like, twerk, twerk, and twerk, 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 twerk. That'd be beautiful. We're back with Katawa Shoujo. Oh. The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so I can't read. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until lunch break, and then our time is our own. Mito lurches into class in a tired stagger, probably drunk. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights drinking. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it, because he's a drunk teacher. We don't want to mess with drunk teachers. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partially be attributed, that's not partially, that can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. I quit. Misha and Shizune aren't present. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or she's making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Nakai, can I speak with you a moment? I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha and her boobs that I don't even notice Mito approaching my desk. What's up? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I follow him anyway, because I'm a good boy. Mito stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what's going on, I wait silently. So tell me, how are things? Things? I expected Mito to be a little vague, but this is pushing the limits. Oh, you know, things. You've had a week to settle in now, so how are things? I guess they're fine, you know. I see. And how is your condition? The pause before condition seemed a little unnecessary. Yeah, I haven't had any issues. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Mito's face. Shimmer of relief. Oh good, that's very good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. Well, you know what's really hard. Ha. He asked me to keep an eye on you when he couldn't. That makes sense. I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get at a normal school, you have to realize you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are, and how to maximize your potential within them. Do you follow me? Yeah, I guess I don't plan on doing anything stupid. Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I try to keep up while I'm in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Not like my dick. Mito taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information like sunlight in a plant. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there who realize the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Yeah, you gotta keep up with those things, you know. That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right? Yeah, right, you know, yeah, sure. No, you wouldn't want that to happen. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the lay person, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. Okay. It's obvious Mito's serious talk is over, and he's going back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think in hindsight, I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Yuck. Yeah, bro, pound it. Mito pauses for a moment. I don't think any of the students have said that to me before. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me, real deep, tells me to shut my mouth and get back to class. A few students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they were working on questions on the board. Some don't even bother, their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Mito does not even notice. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. Yuck, yuck. The class returns to the near silence that Mito and I had left it before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest, or a chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. A ding-dong! The clock slowly ticks the remaining class time away, and finally the bell cries out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. Aww. The class sighs as one, instantly regretting slacking off, but still acutely aware of the more pressing issues at hand. The classroom empties in a blink as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival preparations. I stay behind and try to quickly finish the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend, with the festival and all happening. Well, apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither tries to strike up a conversation about that, or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but feels like eternity. I turn the pages of my notebook. Hanako turns the pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil lead splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. Oh, damn it! I sigh and fumble around for a sharpener, feel like they're breaking the mood in class. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall, glorious figure appears in the doorway. Hi, baby! Hey, hi, hi. Hanako. Right, bye-bye. Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump up from her desk and run to Lily. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple minutes she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Whoa! Come to think of it, that isn't the one I saw her read in the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. I like those fast reading ones, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished and there's nothing else to do. Not that I have anything to do anywhere else either. I'm Hisayo. The school is a beehive of activity, but no one pays me any head. I saunter past classrooms filled with students frantically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. Buzz, buzz, a buzz, buzz. You wouldn't guess the school day is over. It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much. People zip by left and right, hurrying as quickly as they can, busy and energetic. I feel the opposite. The midday sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making it feel limp all over. And I mean all over. Warm, soft air flows inside my shirt, feeling like a cushion. Oh! I yawn lazily. Oh shit, actually yawned. Thinking about what I'd do. I'll drop off my books at the dorm first, and then something I haven't decided yet. Maybe Kenji's in his room. Oh yes, Kenji. On the way to the dorms, I spot Emmy coming my way, running despite not having those weird running prosthetics on. I wave at her and she skids to a stop. Yo, Hisayo! Spatters of white and green paint adorn her nose and chin respectively, but her smile is wide, as it seems it always is. She leans closer to me, amplifying the feeling she is examining me. What you doing? Nothing really. I don't have anything to do for festival, and everyone seems to be doing something. Well,
That's perfect. You can help me and Rin.
Well, with the festival preparations, I'm not sure I'd be much help.
That's fine. I'm not much help either. Emmy grabs my wrists and starts dragging me back inside the school quite forcefully. I can't. Even her walking speed is more like jogging, making me stumble all over myself, simply trying to keep up. The stairs slow Emmy down a bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's finally out of breath. We go all the way back to the 3rd floor in the seniors' hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well have stayed here for Emmy, had I known. So is Rin working on the mural? That's right. She needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff, so I went to get them from the art classroom.
You need me to help with that?
Well, Rin told me you already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind.
I see. Thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. I'm such a downer. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in the most unorganized fashion. Some look like they've been left there for several decades, relics of previous art club generations. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smells of paint, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks up to the shelf longingly like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance. What is she doing? After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them, and catch what she can. It's no surprise she fails, and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why me lending a hand here would be pretty useful. Come on, just let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. Also, I'm like twice your height. You're short.
You are not twice my height.
She turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging, turns her back to me. So I begin scrounging around the top shelf for paint, while below, Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can find from the cupboards. I shake my head a little, after double-checking to ensure she can't see me do so. Emmy having a complex about her height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. Only after we have almost all the items collected and spread on a desk like a treasure hunter's spoils, like Nicolas Cage in that one treasure movie, I realized it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like being told she can't do something, like jump. But Emmy herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. Is she that type of person? At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items and then make our way back to Rin. As chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way toward the dormitories.
Rin is really stressed about getting her painting done. It's her own fault, though. She should have started earlier.
Is she gonna make it?
No idea. It looks good to me, but with Rin, you never know what's going on. I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. I can't believe the night nurses hadn't found her. And now she's painting again like crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed she kinda comes off as, unhinged, so to speak. Emmy giggles at that. A tee-hee. As well as my likely too obvious awkwardness. Awkward turtle.
I don't mind it. She's just a little weird sometimes.
Oh. Well, on that I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with Rin's, whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Shizu do.
With them working as a single entity sometimes, it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Like cat dog. Even though they're so different, just like Emmy and Rin are. And Rin is the most different of them. Different from anyone else I've ever met.
Oh yeah, I guess she's unique.
I return to that word again as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself, but really, it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emmy giggles, tee-hee, as I grasp about for a properly descriptive word.
Nah, she's just weird. You know, earlier she spent half an hour sitting on her box and stared at her toes.
Tee-hee, she giggles. Makes me think she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is.
All that time.